I'm melting, and the Fed and the central banks around the world are worried about Bitcoin. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard. It's Bubba's Daily Update, and we're melting up. You know, we continue to go higher. It doesn't matter. We continue to, every day we melt higher, less volume, less volatility, but the markets are continuing to go up. And again, as I continue to say, there's no reason to fight it. There's no reason to get in the way of it. Let it do its thing, and you can worry about it later. There's stocks that go down. There's stocks that go up. Futures up, futures down. You can trade anything. Don't put yourself in front of the moving freight train. It looks like the Fed and the central banks around the globe, including the governments, are a little bit worried about the cryptocurrency space as we start seeing more talk of more restrictions. Look, this is a financial revolution. These people are going against what the Fed and the central banks want to do. And of course, it will take away some of the spending, the bad spending habits out of the government's hands. So think about it. But in the meantime, new highs across the board, and I think you look at Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, nicely higher. Russell exploded higher. Looks to me like a blow-off possible top here in the Russell. We'll see. We're not going to predict it. We're not going to do anything crazy. But a lot of interesting things happened today, and one of the things we saw was the weakness in the dollar all of a sudden. You know, a day or so ago, the bonds were getting clobbered, and the dollar was rallying, and of course that would mean higher interest rates, and all of a sudden everything turned around. Is that any bit of some Fed manipulation in here somewhere? I don't know. I would think yes, would be my guess. But in the meantime, the bonds now rallied back up, and it didn't quite get as high as we'd like to do because we like to sell them again. But the dollar got hammered, and of course I'd like to buy the dollar. You saw the euro currency pop pretty good, and you know, that was early and basically drifted the rest of the day. And that's kind of the market story. We move one way and then just kind of drift and fall asleep and lull into a false sense of security. Oil exploded early. It was up over $1, now down on the day. You know, again, I think oil is extremely overvalued here. I think that the whole picture is more of a fear trade. And I think that's what you look at. Natural gas keeps continuing to pop. So that's something to keep an eye on. We take a look at the grain markets. Get a big report due out tomorrow. So they've been rather stagnant, but again, they were weak. Soybeans remain weak. Wheat and corn both came back a little bit. I still like wheat and corn, and I will personally be going long into the report with wheat and corn. Cattle looks a little bit scary, but I think it's really just making a bottom here. I think it's a great area to potentially look to be a buyer. I know some of you out there are concerned, and I've heard from some of you, so I think that I look to be a buyer myself and will be. Hogs broke back down below that 72, and I think that's going to be the sign that we're going back to 66. Bitcoin under a little pressure. Ethereum under a little pressure. But overall, again, I think that's just part of natural trading. I don't think that to look anything great into here, nor do I think have any expectation that it's going to collapse. Again, it may very well be a bubble, but the cryptocurrency space is here to stay. The blockchain technology is here to stay. And I know that I think UPS is going to start using it. So things to think about as you look forward. And the first thing is don't get in the way of what's going on. There's not enough action. There's not enough volume for us to be really active, especially if you're trying to stop it. Okay? Don't do that. Don't play in traffic. Be patient. Wait for the right opportunities. The overall, a lot of stuff going on here. And there will be an event that will create some fear and some selling. For now, it isn't here yet. So there's no reason for us to try to make our way and to get involved in the bigger picture. Let's keep an eye on it. I think that the bonds are going to look to be a pretty good sale. I think the euro currency is a pretty good sale. But overall, again, I urge you to more relax and sit back and just enjoy the ride. Remember, highschoolinvesting.com. Obviously, we're looking for some help, and we've been 7 years in the business and trying to continue to help educate our kids so we don't have these problems. We don't have financial revolutions later. If you want to help out, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And of course, I want to thank all those of you out there who helped before: Melanie, Werner, John, Jack, Barbara, Rhonda, all of you. I appreciate all the help. And of course, we got football this weekend. So let me just give you my quick picks. Like a lottery, the quick picks. I like Atlanta. I like New England. I like Pittsburgh. And I like whoever the last game is. I'm having a mental breakdown. I like the Vikings. And that would be my selection. My best bet of the weekend, though, is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everybody have a great weekend. Have a great day. Have a great trading day tomorrow. I always appreciate you being here. We'll see you next time here on Bubba's Daily Update, and you'll get my TV show over the weekend. Bubba's Daily Update. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you so much.